When you stray from what is expected of you, like do crazy things like start a YouTube channel, you retire early, you need to have a thick skin because people are going to make fun of you when you don't do what is expected. So tonight I thought I would have a little fun and list 10 things that people tease me and make fun of me for, mostly right to my face. I'm sure some behind the back, but things I get teased about. I had my family help me with this. They pretty quickly came up with 10. Maybe there's something to that. These are not in order, just in order they came to me and my family when I was jotting them down quickly. Number one is my car. I drive a 2012 Honda, no, that's my wife's car, Honda. It's a Toyota Sienna, it's a minivan. Works great, I got a lifetime warranty, bumper to bumper, provided by Toyota. That was not something I purchased, that was one of the deals at the time. And I've got just under 100,000 miles on it. I drive it around, and my wife was just making fun of me because I haven't washed it yet this year. She says that's lazy, but it's there's nothing wrong with it. Really just change the oil and tires and windshield wipers is about all I've ever done to that. So yeah, my car is a target of a lot of ridicule, probably my number one because you see me in it. But I only drive 2,500 miles, 2,000 to 2,500 miles a year in retirement. So I just don't see the purpose of buying a, $60,000 car to drive it 2,000 miles a year. I just don't see any sense in that at all. Number two, I retired at the peak of my career. I don't hear about this that much anymore, but it was a big deal when I retired at 54. I'm currently 60. And, my kids were all out of the house, no debt. This was the time to really sock away a lot of money, work another 3, 5, 10 years and really pile up a nest egg. And I didn't do that. I decided I had enough and I was excited about a new journey. It's not the topic of this video, but financially that was really foolish. And I do get teased a little bit for that. Number three, having a YouTube channel. I'm telling you, this is a big deal. Who's going to watch? Why would you do that? It took 3 years of producing YouTube content before I made my first dime. 3 years. And that 3 years was the time that a lot of people say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? And now I'm making a little money at it. And, and got a lot of, about 100,000 people, different people, watch this content a month. So that's really humbling. I never thought it would grow that much, but I do get teased still to this day, even with the number of subscribers that are out there and watchers. But a lot of people think I share too much. I think it helps. People tell me it helps. So I do share a lot. Also, I don't do editing. You may notice that. I have no editing, no background roll, no flashy graphics coming up, no flashy thumbnails. I don't pay anybody to create my thumbnails for me or to edit. I'm doing it all myself. So I make it easy on myself. Many people don't know this, but it takes me about an hour total to create a draft outline like this, and then to make a video, to upload it, and put in a few comments, make the thumbnail. It takes me about an hour to do all that. Number four thing that I get made fun of is I do a lot of work around the house compared to my neighbors, a lot. Things like I installed a dishwasher. I made a video on that. It was $350 for have somebody install that for me. I repair appliances. I get on YouTube. I repaired my refrigerator recently, the clothes washer, a dryer was a couple years ago. The interesting thing on the dryer, I fixed that with Gorilla Glue. The door kind of fell apart, and it was like a 15-year-old front load dryer, and the door came apart. Gorilla Glue, 2 years ago. I repair plumbing. If I have a plumbing problem, I fix it. I do all the landscaping. I got a chainsaw. I do a lot of chainsaw work around the neighborhood. I'm the president of the HOA in the subdivision too. So somebody has a problem with some of the common areas, I take care of it. Funny story about the dishwasher. You may like this. I got some comments around, hey, I can install it myself, but what do you do with the old dishwasher? Well, I took it to my dad's house, which is in another county, not too far away, 20 minutes away. But they have heavy trash pickup all the time. All you gotta do is call somebody. So I took it over there, put it out in front of his house to get picked up the next day. And somebody, within 15 minutes, somebody drove by in a truck, picked it up and threw it in their truck and drove off. It's amazing what people will take for free. If you got something that has any kind of scrap value to it at all, parts, whatever, put it out in front of your house and list it on Facebook Marketplace and say it for free. Watch how fast people take free stuff. I guess it doesn't matter what it is. If it's free, people will take it. I thought that was freaking hilarious that I drove that all the way across town and didn't have to do that. So let's see, insect protection around my house, I do that. I catch raccoons. I've caught 5 raccoons at my house in a live trap, and fertilize my lawn, just basically everything. Most of my neighbors pay for 90% of this stuff. They're all working, but they pay to have people, you know, I've got a neighbor that pays to have somebody come and pick up the dog poop in their yard. You know, I would never pay somebody to do that. I'd have my kids do that if they were still living here. So let's see, I'm on number 5. My wife and I take long driving vacations. We've driven to Utah, Idaho, Florida regularly, and Texas. I think our longest trip was 27 hours to get to the location. Still haven't driven to the West Coast, maybe not do that. My Washington State trip, we decided to fly to that. I wish we would have driven. But what's very unusual, and people make fun of me a lot for this, and my wife, is most often we won't have the radio on. We'll just drive. And my wife typically is on her phone, and as we're driving through cities and thinking about things, she'll look up some history and read the history to us. Like, for example, when we're in Utah, the history of the Mormon Church and settling of Utah and all that, we just learn a lot. We both love to learn things. Let's see, there's a mosquito bothering me. So no radio, and people are just shocked by that. Number 6, when we travel, we stay in mid-range hotels, you know, like La Quinta. I like those. La Quinta Inn, Holiday Inn Express, Hampton Inn, that's my speed. You know, even though we can stay in a nicer place, it's a nice clean place. I don't like to waste money. You know, we've been on 2 cruises and we stay in inside cabins, no porthole, nothing. You know, it's like you know, 40% cheaper when you do that. But not in Alaska. Getting ready to go on a couple-week trip to Alaska, and some buddies of mine convinced me to upgrade, and we upgraded a couple levels and got not just a balcony, but a nice balcony. So we're going to see how that works out. I'll probably make a video on whether I do that again. But it cost a lot more, but that was the advice I got. Number 7 thing that I get made fun of a lot is my diet. You know, I call myself a ketovore, and that is very heavy keto with a strong lean towards carnivore. So I eat a lot of meat, beef, eggs, pork. That's mainly my diet, but I don't avoid or I won't, you know, refuse to eat things like green beans and some berries, cheese, things like that. But I feel great. I feel great. I've said this before that you know, I'm down 30 pounds. I still got a little struggle ahead of me. You know, trying to get down another 10 or so. But diet is a daily challenge for me. But you know, I have less than 10 carbs a day. A lot of people give me grief for that. There's a lot of medical people give me grief for that. But I'm under the care of a doctor, and I listen to a lot of people on YouTube that say this is a great way to go, and I feel great. My markers are all great, but I get made fun of, you know, when I go to a wedding or get together and they see what I put on my plate. Number 8, John Denver. The musician John Denver is my favorite artist. Until recently, I would say until 2 years ago, I had a cassette with John Denver's greatest hits on it. Greatest hits 1 on one side, greatest hits 2 on the other side, and I had a cassette player in my car. Let me know if you know what a cassette player is. A lot of you pre-retirees, you know what that is, and retirees. But I love John Denver. Miss him, but his songs, I know most of the words. Love John Denver. That's my artist. If you ask me if I can go and see any artist anytime, it'd be John Denver, living or dead. Elvis, ooh, man, Elvis would be close, but I think John Denver would be the guy. Never saw him live. Number 9, my glasses. My wife offered this one out. Offered this one. I just have reading glasses. These are reading glasses, 1.75. They're $20 for 5 of them. 5 pair on Amazon. I got at least 10 pair around the house. I don't like having expensive glasses because they break. I sit on them, I lose them. This one here, you may look at it real close. It's missing the nose piece on it. And some of you make fun of me in the comments that my glasses slide down like this. Well, I got a larger head than normal. You know, the size of my head and my glasses don't really lock on really well. Maybe if I bought some $400 pair, they would, but you know, I think that's a waste of money. So anyway, on to number 10. I don't spend a lot of money on clothes. My wife loves a good bargain, and she buys a lot of used clothes for us. We don't have to buy used clothes, but I think it's wasteful to spend $50 on a shirt when you can spend $3. And I do buy new shoes, and you know, I like my Hokas. I can't lift my foot high enough to have you see those. My Hoka shoes, I love them. And I buy brand new underwear. For those of you who are wondering, in my previous video, some people said, you buy used underwear? No. Hey, if you're looking for an underwear recommendation, Pair of Thieves is the brand name. Pair of Thieves. They're kind of compression. I freaking love them. Pair of Thieves. If I get new clothes, a lot of them are from Sam's Club. But I just don't spend a lot of money on clothes, and I'm just fine buying used clothes. So those are 10 things that I know some of you out there and my friends are making fun of me. My kids make fun of me. My wife makes fun of me. All these things. So those are 10 things. Hopefully you got a little chuckle out of these 10. If you have something that people make fun of you for, that you're proud of, get that discussion going in the comments. Maybe we can have a whole lot of fun with tonight's video. It's Joe out.